up when you fall? Was I too drunk to say what I said to you? Was I too blind to go and see straight through you? Ghost, you're a ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. You flew out on a plane and crashed into the ocean, and then you haunted me. Don't have a clue what's in motion. So every now and then it feels so soothing when you float on a bit and move right through me. Ghost, you're a ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So get up, save face, find your way back to the grave. One day go find your way back home. So get up, save face, find your way back to the grave. You'll never find your way back home. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost.
Woohoo!
Give it up for Sir Sly. That was
Hello.
awesome, guys. Which, by the way, how did you come up with your band name?
Came up with the band name. Jason and I wrote Ghost together, actually, that song. And then I was writing, we were like, oh, maybe we should have a band name. And then I wrote down SLY, and then I put a period right after the R. And we were called Senior Sly for a little bit. Our SoundCloud URL was Senior Sly. But we always pronounced it Sir Sly. When we'd play shows, we'd call it Sir Sly. And then we got a manager, and our manager was like, well, you guys are kind of writing serious music, so maybe your band name shouldn't be like an internet joke. And he's like, and you guys aren't pronouncing it the way that it looks. So we just changed it to be the way it looks.
Yeah, somebody was commenting earlier. It looks like, seriously?
Well, the nice thing is, like, you know, we've come full circle in some ways, and it's like, I think we were trying to be a lot like more mysterious than we really are as people in the beginning, and we're not really that mysterious. I write pretty openly about the kind of person that I am, and I think this album especially, we're trying not to take ourselves too seriously.
Right.
And so it's just been a lot of fun, and I think the name is like it's like a little fun representation of that after all these years.
Now, who do you guys look up to for inspiration?
I mean, a lot of different people, but like bands like Radiohead, Arcade Fire, and then like newer stuff like hip hop stuff, Chance the Rapper, Anderson .Paak, and then like old school hip hop stuff, Tribe, like that kind of like sample based hip hop stuff, and then like authors and stuff, short story writers, Alice Munro, Joan Didion, Hemingway, Steinbeck, like that kind of people who use their words well and are trying to write about important things, and you can tell that they're injecting a bit of themselves or their world into the stuff that they're creating. And I think that's, that's all you can really do if you're making music, is try your best to let people into your world, and hopefully, I don't know, they feel a little bit less alone at the end of the day after listening to music.
Now we got to talk about the elephant in the room. How did you know that I was wearing white today? And how did you match? That's awesome. I love it. We're all wearing white today.
We actually managed to not match we just have a lot of white clothes apparently. It's the first time we've all matched on tour actually so far.
I started wearing a lot of white all the time, and then we ended up when we were buying clothes for music videos and that kind of stuff and styling. I had a pretty heavy hand and all that stuff, and white is just nice and easy. Well, maybe not easy. It looks good, but it's not. It's not necessarily easy. These pants are a wreck after touring.
Those used to be all
Yeah.
They used to be all white.
They're a nice off-white. Now they're a nice scuffled asphalt.
You look cooler than you pack your own gear, and that's the great equalizer. You're like, oh yeah, now it's all over my clothes.
Going for the grunge look, bringing that back.
It's all good.
Now, yesterday, obviously, we had a pretty big serious hit in the rock world yesterday with the passing of Chester Bennington.
Yeah.
How did that affect you guys? Have you ever had the chance to meet him? Was he anybody that you guys looked to for inspiration?
I had never met him. Hybrid Theory came out when I was.
We were.
What year did
I
that
think
come out? 2001, maybe.
That was my guess. Yeah, something
Ish,
like that.
something
It's
like that.
Right when we were starting high school and middle school.
And I had grown up listening to only Christian music, really, other than what my parents listened to. And Hybrid Theory was one of the first CD I ever owned was Marshall Mathers LP. I stole it from the CD store. But then, shortly after, my brother had Hybrid Theory, and I remember listening to it a lot. And I remember how I was so angry and sad as a kid, and listening to Hybrid Theory helped make sense of those feelings for me, and make me at least feel like I wasn't the only person who was like that. So it's definitely really I didn't cherish Linkin Park's music in the same way that so many people do, but I definitely cherished those feelings of growing up and not feeling alone. And I think that it was really bizarre and sad for me to see somebody so young and so prominent in music and stuff, and to see it doesn't matter how well you're doing, but you end up he ended up being sad enough to take his own life, and that's kind of scary to me, because it's not something that feels that far away from the kind of feelings I have. And so as I'm chasing this thing, doing music, it's the kind of thing that all of yesterday, in the back of my mind, I was kind of oh, that's scary. I'm I just turned 20. I turned 27 yesterday too. So I was
Happy birthday.
So I was thinking on it, and I was I think he was 40, early 40s.
41, yeah.
So I don't know. It lights a fire under my ass, definitely, to try to figure some of that stuff out even more, and to make sure that I don't wind up chasing the wrong things and then it winding up, with mental health problems and stuff. It's sad. I think it's really it's a little terrifying, and it's definitely it's so sad to see so many people who have lost somebody that was really important, somebody who still had a lot of music left to make. And he was always doing things his own way too. I think they kept on Linkin Park kept on pushing boundaries. So whether it was the kind of music I was listening to, you could still look from afar. I remember we would talk about it in the studio sometimes, damn, they've had a #1 song on every single album they put out, but they're not necessarily doing the same thing over and over again. They keep on pushing the boundaries. So whether or not it was inspiring directly to the kind of music we were making, it was definitely at least latently inspiring, and to see a band continue on long after what people probably would have thought they would do early on. They just kept on killing it. Rambling a bit, but that's kind of all I thought about it a lot yesterday, so I was those are all the kind of things that were jumbling around in my head.
Well, thank you for being open with us. I appreciate it. What's next on the horizon for you guys?
A lot. Well, a couple more weeks of tour.
Yeah, we have 10 more days
Yep.
out on the road. just for now. And then we have like a little window off, but probably try to write some music or something, or work on a music video, cook up a new treatment for a music video, or finish writing the one that I've been working on for a bit. Music video, more touring. Hopefully get on a nice support tour in the fall, go make friends with a band, and hang out and play venues that are bigger than we could play right now and steal their fans.
That's what you did with the 1975.
Yeah.
I think you did pretty good at that.
That's the
Yeah.
nature that, like, everybody knows that's what you're doing. It's not like
It's not like stealing.
Yeah, it's not
No,
stealing. It's just like
no,
it's like
sure.
music fans come out and you hope that you're with a band that brings fans that are fans of music and are open to grabbing hold of something new. And then I don't know. I want to travel the world this year. I want to support this album. Like, we spent 3 years writing this album, and it's about all the most important things to me. And it would be an insane bummer if we didn't really push it as hard as we could. And luckily, we have a team of people who are so supportive and helping us figure all that stuff out. And they made it our job to write the music and to be pretty hands off. They're like, take as long as you need to write. And when we came with this album, they were like, they've been nothing but 100% supportive. And the label's been great, management company, the agency. Our agents managed to route us a tour when everybody's touring and there's no availability anywhere. Like, somehow we're still out here going around the country. So we're really grateful.
Now,